There's a number that sits in the back of your mind like a splinter you can't quite reach. $1,000 a month. Not a million, not early retirement, just $1,000 that shows up whether you work that day or not. And the strange thing is, most people never get there, not because they're lazy, not because they don't want it, but because the math of making passive income work is designed to break you right before it starts to matter. Let me show you what I mean. In 2019, a financial blogger named Sarah ran an experiment. She documented her journey trying to build $1,000 in monthly passive income using the methods everyone online swears by. Dividend stocks, rental properties, digital products, affiliate links, the whole toolkit. It took her 4 years. Not 4 years of casual effort, 4 years of obsessive tracking, reinvesting every dollar, optimizing every funnel. And when she finally crossed that $1,000 threshold, she published a single post that went semi-viral. The title was blunt: Why the First 1,000 Took Longer Than the Next 10,000. That ratio haunted people because it suggests something uncomfortable about how wealth actually compounds. The early game isn't just hard, it's disproportionately hard, and most people quit right before the Let's start with the obvious path: dividend investing. If you want to generate $1,000 a month from dividends, you need $12,000 a year. Let's assume a respectable 4% annual yield. Better than average, but not ridiculous. You'd need $300,000 invested. Now pause. $300,000 just sitting in dividend-paying stocks to generate what amounts to a modest side income. That's not financial freedom. That's a part-time barista's salary funded by the net worth of a small home. And here's the kicker. Most people don't have $300,000 lying around, so they try to build toward it. They invest $500 a month. At a 7% average return, which is generous, it takes them 22 years to reach that threshold. 22 years to make $1,000 a month, by which point inflation has made that $1,000 feel a lot more like $700, and you're 2 decades older. This is the trap. The math doesn't lie, but it also doesn't inspire. So people pivot. They look for leverage. Real estate becomes the next stop. Buy a rental property, collect passive income, scale from there. It sounds clean, but here's what actually happens. You find a property. Let's say it's a modest 2-bedroom condo in a decent area. Purchase price, $250,000. You put down 20%, $50 grand. That's assuming you have $50,000 in cash, which already disqualifies most people under 35. Your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and HOA fees run about $1,900 a month. You rent it out for $2,200. Congratulations, you're cash flow positive by $300. Except you're not, because 1 month the water heater dies. 4 months later, the tenant moves out and it sits vacant for 6 weeks. Then the property management company takes their 10% cut. Suddenly, your $300 a month is closer to $150 on a good year. You'd need 7 of these properties to clear $1,000 a month in actual take-home income. That's $350,000 in down payments alone. We're back to the same wall, just with more toilets to fix. Then there's the internet's favorite answer: build a digital product. This one sounds beautiful. Create once, sell forever. No tenants, no dividends, no waiting 20 years. Just you, a laptop, and scalable income. And it does work, for some people. But let's run the numbers honestly. Say you create an online course. Price it at $100. To make $1,000 a month, you need 10 sales. Doesn't sound hard. Except conversion rates for cold traffic hover around 1 to 2%. So to get 10 sales, you need 500 to 1,000 people visiting your sales page every single month, consistently. Building that kind of traffic takes time. SEO takes 6 to 12 months to gain traction. Paid ads cost money up front, often more than you make back at first. Social media requires daily content, algorithm luck, and a personality people actually want to follow. Most people launch their course, make 3 sales to friends and family, then watch it flatline. The ones who break through? They didn't just create a good product, they built an audience first. And building an audience is a full-time job that pays nothing for the first year. We're starting to see the pattern. Here's the part no one says out loud. The first $1,000 a month isn't hard because you lack discipline or intelligence. It's hard because the economic systems that generate passive income are designed to reward scale, not effort. A dividend portfolio worth $30,000 generates about $100 a month. A portfolio worth $300,000 generates $1,000. A portfolio worth $3 million generates $10,000. The difference between 100 and 1,000 isn't 10 times the effort, it's 10 times the capital. The same applies to real estate, digital products, even YouTube ad revenue. The mechanism doesn't start working efficiently until you're already past the point where most people give up. This is why wealth compounds exponentially, not linearly, and why the gap between people who make it and people who don't often comes down to one thing: whether they had enough resources to survive the inefficient early phase. But let's say you do it. Let's say you grind through the 4-year slog, the failed launches, the months where you make $11, and one day you check your account and see it. $1,043 deposited this month without you clocking in. What changes? Psychologically, everything. Because $1,000 a month isn't retirement money, but it is freedom from fear money. It's your rent covered. It's your car payment handled. It's the difference between taking a job because you have to and taking one because you want to. It's the buffer that lets you say no. And once you have that buffer, the next 1,000 comes faster, because now you're not operating from scarcity. You can take risks. You can reinvest without sweating grocery money. You can wait for the right opportunity instead of grabbing the first one. Sarah, the blogger from earlier, hit $10,000 a month 18 months after crossing 1,000. The same systems that took 4 years to build suddenly scaled in a fraction of the time. That's the trick. The first $1,000 isn't valuable because of the cash. It's valuable because it proves the machine works. Still, there's an irony here that's hard to ignore. The people who need passive income the most, those working 2 jobs, drowning in debt, stretched too thin to invest time or money, are the least equipped to build it. And the people who have the capital and time to build it are often the ones who need it least. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Is passive income a path to financial independence, or just another feature that's only accessible after you're already financially stable? The answer is probably both, but that doesn't make it less important to try. Because here's the thing about that first $1,000 a month. It won't change your life overnight. It won't make you rich. It won't let you quit your job and sail around the world, but it will change the math. It'll shift you from a position where every month is a reset, where your income stops the moment you stop working, to one where a small part of your life keeps running in the background. And that shift, however modest, is the difference between being stuck in the system and starting to bend it in your direction. Most people never get there, not because it's impossible, but because the gap between 0 and 1,000 is wider than the gap between 1,000 and 10,000. And no one tells you that until you're already halfway across. So if you're in the middle of that gap right now, watching your dividend tracker tick up $3 a month, staring at your course dashboard with 2 sales, checking your rental income and seeing it disappear into repairs, just know this: you're exactly where the math says you should be. The system isn't broken, it's just slow. And the only real mistake is stopping right before